Hello everyone, welcome back to the Guitars, Gear, and Music channel. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing slash review of an unbranded ES335 copy that I recently purchased from Guitar Fetish. This was kind of an impulse buy because they had a 35% off sale on clearance items. I've always wanted an ES335, but I didn't want to spend Gibson or even Epiphone money, so I decided to give it a shot. So here it is, and I can tell you out of the box, it's a really nice red color. Here's the headstock, obviously different than a Gibson or an Epiphone. Here is a close-up of the fretboard. It's a bit dried out and it looks a little bit like rosewood, but I have a feeling it's a different type of wood. It almost has a slightly gray hue to it. Here's a shot of the back. Again, a really nice red cherry color, and I would say out of the box, the paint job is pretty good. As far as the neck profile, I would say that it's a very nice chunky C50s profile. As far as the condition, it was a clearance item, so there are some minor dings and scratches on the body that you can tell that they tried to fix at the factory, but overall it's a fairly clean paint job. Here's the neck joint and a little bit of the binding. Again, just some minor imperfections, and I did have to wipe this guitar down because it was a little bit dusty. There was actually some debris and wood shavings rattling around from the factory, so I did have to vacuum that out. Another QC issue, the pots were all loose, but this was easily fixed. Like I mentioned before, the fretboard arrived very dry, so I applied some fretboard conditioner to it, and it also had really cheap, crappy strings, so I replaced those with slightly better ones. One other thing is that the guitar arrived with really high action, so before I even tried to play it, I tried to lower that just a little bit. So for $112 shipped, I have to say this is a pretty impressive unbranded ES335 copy from Guitar Fetish. Obviously for that price, you have to expect some quality issues and you have to expect to do some work to get it playing the way you want. I think the biggest issue here are going to be the uneven frets, so I'm going to have to try to tap them in at some point, or maybe it might even take a releveling. The stock pickups are okay, very typical for these cheap guitars. They are a bit microphonic, but they sound pretty decent when recorded direct. But again, for $112, I really can't complain. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.